Everyone at home enjoyed their performance as much as we did. But for now, let's talk to Louie and Johan, who are very, very adventurous. And I hear that one of them actually swam in the Zambezi River with crocodiles. You want to ask how it happened? Let's find out. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Let's get into it. It's like, why would you decide to swim with... Which one of you guys was it, actually? It was you, right?
Yes.
Crocodiles, rivers. Why?
Basically did it because I was getting a bit long in the tooth. I was 48 when I did it, and that was in 2000.
Yeah.
And I did the length, which was, the river's actually 1,115 k's long.
Whoa,
and
okay.
I did 2,300 k's of that actual river.
All right. So how did you prepare for that? Because so many things could go wrong. You could get a cramp and be stuck in the water. Did you have people there with you swimming? I mean, well, in a boat while you swam? How did it work?
We had two inflatable rafts that had crew in it, film crew in it. I had crew from university that I took. I would actually take purely because of their knowledge. And then I had Johan. He was my land crew director. He was vital to the entire operation. I trained for quite a lot, well, a couple of months. And basically training again now at this point in time as we speak, because in June or July, end of June, July, I'm going to redo that river again, 14 years later.
Wow.
I'm 62 now, so I'm going to tackle the exact same route, which is
so
again...
you're going to brave those waters once again?
Yes,
All
but
the
this time for charities.
Oh, okay. Which charity?
I'm supporting an orphanage because I grew up in an orphanage.
Okay.
And then malaria victims and clean water projects. So it's basically on my website. There's exactly why I'm doing it and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be tackling it. And obviously, I'm going to take a lot of film crew. This time we're going to shoot it instead of a 52-minute documentary. We're actually going to shoot it as a 3-part series of 52 minutes.
I just want to ask Johan, team spirit, right? So Louie just mentioned that you played a very integral part in making sure that the swim actually happened and nothing went wrong. So how would you say team spirit, how important is that in tackling any kind of challenge?
It's very important. It's very, very important. You have to trust each other. 100%.
Yeah.
You have to, in short, I think we missed each other twice on the entire length of the river.
Even though we had satellite communication.
Yeah.
My battery and my satellite phone showed that the battery was full. In the meantime, there was a fault in it, so we had a new battery shipped in. And especially if you're talking 2,300 kilometers, 3.5 months in length that I did it. Over 8 hours a day in the river. Basically, Johan, the first one we missed because of my battery, and then we slept, myself and 2 camera crew. And I slept on a log in the middle of winter, so the wetsuit being neoprene and a fire, your back would freeze and then this would thaw out. Then you turn around, then this would freeze and this would thaw out. And then the second time we missed each other was at a place called Louie. Which is in Mozambique. And he was ahead of us and he kept on flashing his lights, but we couldn't see it because, you know, the river meanders and it's quite high banks.
Yeah.
How we found that? I don't know. It was kind of very
And the next
odd.
morning, we discovered that we missed each other with only about 500 meters. But because it's so dark there, even though I did everything I could to try and communicate with them, that's where team spirit is so important. If the river was only just over 1,000 kilometers long, I probably did more than 15,000 kilometers in my 4x4s.
Yeah.
Because they would travel down the river and we would leapfrog all along. You can't ride with a 4x4 all along the river the whole day because of the river going in estuaries and breaking up into smaller rivers coming into the bigger river. So it was really important to make sure that working as a team, that the thing becomes successful.
A message for the kids at home who are struggling to maybe be part of a team, you know, because personalities clash and all these other things that come into play.
We had that as well.
Yeah.
How would you advise them, you know?
Okay, I just want to get back to Johan as a vital part of the crew. Because I was in the river so long every day, I was completely exhausted at the end of the day, that he actually had to take the wetsuit off me. And like you mentioned earlier, imagine dressing a 48-year-old kid, you know what I mean? But anyway, so the thing is that, you know, I had to trust him to be at a specific spot at that specific day at the time of that day, so that I can get food, medicine, clothing, you know. For the kids out there, I would say if you ever want to go into anything adventurous, okay, what I'm doing is extremely dangerous. Because the Zambezi's got, you know, when we counted it in 2000, they had over 188,000 crocodiles, the entire length. And the conservationists that we flew with, they did counts, crocodile counts, hippo counts, buffalo counts, and that kind of thing. And every every meter, there was 5 crocodiles on either side of the banks. And then obviously the ones that you don't see are the ones that are still in their layers. And then they counted the ones that were in the river, because you can see the crocodiles from a certain height, because there's a dark length and you know that's a crocodile. And then also, especially with anything adventurous, if you're going to do anything adventurous, especially for charities and that kind of thing, you've got to train, you've got to prepare yourself physically, you've got to prepare yourself. The most important thing is mentally. You've got to have the mental capacity to say, right, I will get there. So you don't count it in, I work it out this way. I don't count how long I'm going to take 2,300 Ks. I work out the other way, how many Ks I've already done.
Yes.
That is how I count it. And that gives me that inspiration.
I wish we had more time to talk about this. I think you guys should write a book. Congratulations, 14 years later. I know it's overdue, but congratulations on conquering, and I hope that next time you will do it just as well as you did it the first time. So guys at home, amazing chats with Johan and Louie right there. Some inspirational stuff. You guys stay where you are. We'll be back in just a bit.